I'm back to my old camera again because my iPhone refused to cooperate with my video editing software, so I have no choice but to just temporarily downgrade for the moment. So the quality of this video is kind of trash, but despite that, I still want to get it out. And like, yeah, this is meant to be my 300 subscriber special, but then like one person unsubscribed. So, but I think that's normal. That's people will subscribe and unsubscribe every now and then. So okay, in this video I want to go through my entire 4x4 collection. So I have more 4x4s than any other puzzle. So the second most puzzle I have in my whole collection is 5x5, and like I only have 6 of them. So 4x4 definitely wins by a long shot. So this is kind of the first speed cube I actually ever owned. And when I say speed cube, I mean like upgrade in hardware, because I really like an events, but I didn't like the hardware and I wanted a better cube. So then came the Ishin 4, and I really liked the Ishin 4x4. It was really fast for its time, and also really it had no issues. It just didn't lock up until like, okay, the issue was not very realizable at the time, because at the time corner cutting is probably very low in importance. Like the important part was the cube was able to turn, because at the time a lot of cubes couldn't, and definitely this one did. So yeah, this is how much you can corner cut. Not much at all actually. Then I quit cubing for a few years, I think, and then this is 2010. I only came back in 2014, so I skipped all the cubes until the Sheng Shou. So this is the Sheng Shou 4x4 version 5, Florian and Costa modded, and definitely a huge upgrade over Ishin. And yeah, I just want to give a quick run through of the 2 popular mods at the time, because at the time the hardware was still quite bad compared to modern day, and then like people would manually modify the cubes to improve them. So the top 2 most common mods, which I did both of them, were the Florian mod, which is rounding off the external pieces, and then the Consta mod, which is an internal piece rounding off. And like, yeah, we literally just sent the cube with sandpaper, and it took a few hours just to get the mod done. And this one is the old batch mini Aosu. So it came out in 2015, and this one has a corner cutting way better than the Sheng Shou at the starts. The stability is also way better than the Sheng Shou. And yeah, so it's definitely another huge jump, like just like from here to here it's a big jump, then from here to here is another really big jump. And I feel like this, so yeah, this one was my main for a year or so, but then one unfortunate thing that happened was I broke off a corner piece, like, and what happened is I ordered a replacement part, and the piece that got delivered to me was for a regular Aosu, and then I had to saw it down to a mini Aosu size. So this corner is a little bit different, and this cube is not WCA legal, and I was also looking for a backup main at the point in time, so that's when I got the Yixing Unicorn King 4x4, which I think a lot of you would have probably heard of it by now, but the cube is not part of my collection anymore. It's kind of destroyed. But there are 2 pieces from the cube that still continue to live on, the most famous one being the springs, which like I think I posted 2 videos on 8x8s. So the spring is actually inside my 8x8. The other part of the cube that still lives on is actually the core, which is, I designed my entire Lai as 4x4, like around the core of the Unicorn King. The cube actually never once caught on as my main, because it was like really unstable, like almost as unstable as the Sheng Shou. So I still continue to use this cube until Moi released their next flagship, which at the time YJ was part of Moi, now it's not, but this is the Guansu. And yeah, definitely I do enjoy this cube quite a lot for its time. It's really solid, really stable, and really fast. But one thing I didn't like was the reverse corner cutting, so I was back to modding cubes again, and I Florian modded this cube, and it turned out into a really amazing cube that lasted me for a whole year as a main. So like at the time it was already 2016, and towards the end of 2016, 2 things happened. The first of which was the Wuchie, and the second is magnets. So at the time I was too satisfied with my Guansu to really switch, but at the same time I wanted to try magnets without ruining my main, and that's when I started the experimental cubes. And the first experimental cube that I did is not this one. This is the second one. This is MF4, but before that I actually also experimented with a Sheng Shou Win 4x4, which is no longer with me. I actually sold it off to a friend. And so this one, okay, the other experimental cube here, this one is the MF4S. Still a really nice cube. The magnets that I put in the MF4S were really weak, so you can't really feel them, and recently I also started digging the magnets out so I can recycle them in cubes that I actually use. Okay, now we are in 2017, so this one, at the very beginning of 2017, I was at a comp and like I tried a cube that impressed me far more than any Wuxie I did. I actually felt that I got a mini Wuxie in advance, like in 2016, although it's kind of not the real mini Wuxie. So this is the new batch mini Aosu, and when I first tried it, I was actually expecting this cube. I didn't intend to buy it. I only had the intention of just turning it for fun, but then when I turned it, it wasn't that slow type feel that I got originally with this. Instead, I got something that was really fast and had a nice crunchy feel, and I enjoyed it so much I wanted the cube to be my new main, so that's how I got this cube. And of course this one is magnetic at this point. Like from this cube onwards, everything is, except this one. Okay, this one is, so from this cube onwards, everything else is pretty much magnetic. And like, it has a really nice crunchy feel, and like, the corner cutting is quite nice, and I can U2 it in a single flick. So from this point onwards, cubes started getting really fast. The next one here is the Aosu GTS1. So this one came out in 2018, and like, I feel like this is the next big jump in 4x4. So like the first one, Ishin to Shengshu, and then Shengshu to Aosu, and then I think all these were relatively more or less the same standard, but then this one is really the next big jump afterwards. And the reason behind it is, like, the whole spring structure of this cube just felt different, and also the plastic quality is just much smoother and much more stable, and at the same time the corner cutting is much more. And when you corner cut this cube and you corner cut something older, the feeling is also a little bit different. Like when you corner cut an older cube, it seems to flex a bit. Well, this one it seems very solid, and it just snaps in place like that. So and it's almost like comparing a Ye Xiao to a Mei Ying in that aspect, and which was exactly what I said during the first Aosu GTS review, like when I first got this cube. Yeah, so it's actually not the end of this cube yet, but I had to advance in the story for a while. So at the same time, okay, this cube, it actually dates back really far, because in 2015, my favorite 5x5 was the Hua Chuang, and I liked the cube so much, I wanted a Hua Su 4x4. But like that cube never existed, and I had many like sketches in it of the Huasu 4x4, until eventually I keep modifying the design from time to time until I finally decided to print it, and I got this one. So obviously 3D print material is not moly plastic, so this cube is not magical, or it's not that decently speakable by any means, but at least it fulfilled this like desire to design and create something. And after that, like, this one is a cube that I didn't buy, but I got it as a backup price, because no, not with backup price, as a leftover price, because like I was staffing at the competition and the prize winners already took their share, so like the staff members took the rest, and like this cube, it actually outperformed my GTS1 for quite a while, so I temporarily switched to this. But then I did another experiment. This time it's a loop experiment where I got angstrom loops, in particular Dignitas and Gravitas, and then I looped this cube. I like cleaned up and looped this whole cube, and it actually turned out even better than this. So I switched back, and I do like this cube quite a lot now. But then beyond that, I also experimented with the angstrom loops in one more cube, which was the Meilong 4M. So this one is a bit different in the aspect where when I first looped this cube and set it up with all the magnets and everything, it actually wasn't that good. It was like a bit flexy, a bit unstable, and the plastic also felt really cheap because it was a budget cube. But then I just broke the cube in and just did a bunch of solves and altered my setup slightly, like varied the proportion of Dignitas versus Gravitas, and not only did it become much more stable, like the turning is just much nicer. It's almost, I'd say it's almost like 4x4 Valk 5, like even better than the original Valk 4 itself. But yeah, I really do enjoy this cube a lot, and I think it's kind of my main right now. And there's one other cube, not part of my collection, but like because I don't really own the Aosu WR, I mainly just borrow it to make my review, but I plan to return this. So I don't really use this cube much because I'm supposed to return it, and like one of the places where I used this was was Mental Matrix Open, where I got a sub 45 average. So definitely I think this cube is a little bit better than this one, but I think since I already have 10 4x4s, I don't think I want an 11th one, at least for quite a long time.